Where do things stand with the search for a new general manager?
Well, if this was a hockey game, we're still in the first inning. Beyond the first shift, we've created a couple of what we call personas, which is categories of the kind of person we're looking for. There are 4 or 5 different categories, from a more experienced GM to an up-and-comer to a wild card. Somebody may not explain it all. Then we created the long list. We've gone through more than 50 people. We've started evaluating what they look like on paper. We started to narrow that down, and we're to the point that we'll probably do about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 waves of interviews. First wave is probably going to start about a week or so from now.
Anything that's a must-have on that list, like they have to have previous general manager experience?
There's definitely no previous general manager experience required. We have some with it and some without. They got to be willing to be here in the Bay Area. They have to recognize that they're not just the general manager of the Sharks, but they're part of the face of the franchise as well. Very community-oriented. They probably can't be named Brody Brazil. Sorry.
Well, that disappoints
Brody.
one person
Exactly
because
right.
he has been polishing up that resume, I can promise you, Jonathan.
That's exactly right.
Is there an opportunity for you guys to look outside the NHL? Maybe look at the European game and see if there's something that could work with the Sharks?
We are definitely being creative in how we're doing this search. We're not limiting it to the NHL. We're not actually necessarily limiting it to hockey, although we'll end up in hockey.
Okay, that sounds good. At least we know some teams have crossover sports, though. We've seen that.
So, actually, Chicago did that during their search as well.
There you go. So let's stay with the European theme, because another exciting thing with Sharks hockey is next year you're going to start this in the Czech Republic. How did that all come about?
So we've been saying for the last couple of years, it's been more than a decade since we went to Europe. We have such an international fan base. You may or may not know we have an international club we call the 1991 Club, where tens of thousands, actually I think we're over 100,000 fans from around the world, crave the content that is this fan base as well. We've had so many international players come through here as well. So when the league approached us about a year ago and said, what do you think if COVID lessens up, we'd go there? We were definitely go there. We'd like to play other places as well. So we're going Germany first, and then we're going to Prague. Some fans forget, but we have deep German roots, not just from our owner, Hasso, but we've had a ton of German players. When Germany was in the Olympics 4 years ago, it seemed like half the roster, from Marcel Gatsch to Christian Ehrhoff to Marco Sturm, those guys all have Sharks background. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Very exciting time for the European fans, but also for Shark fans to see just what some of their roots are overseas in Europe.
Indeed. In fact, we haven't actually talked about it publicly yet, but we're going to be doing some fan travel packages. So hopefully some fans decide to come with us.
I might just be part of that.
You're welcome to join. Okay.
And you'll be taking on the Nashville Preds in that one, so it'll be exciting to see the start of the season coming from Europe. But other good things going on for the Sharks. I know there's a big event going on in San Jose tomorrow. Can you tell us about it?
Indeed. We're holding something we call the Mayor Forum here at SAP Center. So San Jose is doing an election this fall. There are 4 leading candidates to mayor. We're inviting them all down to talk to Sharks fans. So if you haven't registered yet, you can actually register on our website, futureofsapcenter.com. There's no cost to attend whatsoever. But there's a lot of major construction and development designed for the Diridon area over the next 20 years. 4 or 5 very large projects. Google gets all the headlines, but it's more than just that. It's BART, it's electrification of Caltrain. There's more development as well. And the question we're asking all the mayor candidates are, what are you going to do to make sure that fans can still get to this building for Sharks games, for concerts, for family events?
How interactive will it be? Is it more of a discussion from the mayoral candidates to Shark fans, or will there be some back and forth?
There'll probably be a little bit of back and forth, but it's mostly a discussion of the mayoral candidates, which will be hosted by Scott Neese, who runs the San Jose Downtown Association as well. We probably won't have time to take questions from fans, although a bunch of fans have already written in the questions, so we've used those to seed.
That's outstanding. And again, how do they sign up if they want to go?
Futureofsapcenter.com.